ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
What's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Diamond Select Toys action figure review on the Marvel Select Dimitri Bukharin Crimson Dynamo. I gotta give a big thanks to Diamond Select Toys for sending this out to review for you guys. If you want to see the latest in Diamond Select Toys, you can find them. Link is in the description below. And holy crap, I'm so excited to have this. You know, I did take a sculpting class at one point, and from taking that class, I tried sculpting my own version of this Crimson Dynamo armor, and it looked okay. Not great, but anyway, I remember the 3 3/4 inch version, and that was amazing. Shout out to Dave Vonner, because man, that figure sold me so bad. Anyway, this looks dope right over here. You can see a product shot, and then on the back you get a whole bunch more product shots, and then there's a read up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Not much more on the side, top or bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And if you're trying to get your Diamond Select Toys, you can do so.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here is Crimson Dynamo out of the packaging, looking pretty damn awesome. I think this is the coolest Crimson Dynamo armor. I know not everyone's going to agree with that. You know, we all have our opinions, but I just really like this one a lot. It just looks awesome. I like the effects over here. I will complain about it, though. I do have gripes I'm going to bring up about this free figure, but I'm still having a good time with it. Anyway, let's get a closer look at the accessories, and then we'll get a closer look at Crimson Dynamo. And here's all the accessories that we get with the figure, and I think this is sufficient. I think it's actually more than sufficient. I love the fist hands. I love the wide open hands. These item holding hands, or helmet holding hands, that's the only use I had for them. But hey, I appreciate that they are there. We also have all these blast effects over here too, which I think are just incredible. And of course we have this Dimitri head sculpt, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. It looks like they pulled the reference image from this right here. I like the paint on the beard. We got a bit of gray. The eyes look great. Yeah, this looks really good, and some little bit of paint stainage on it, which, you know, adds a little bit of realism to it. I don't think all of it's on purpose like right over there, but whatever. I think it's really good looking still nonetheless. I like it. And then this is my favorite version of the head sculpt, even though it does have a tiny little chip right over there that does bug me, but I like this look a lot. You could easily replace this right here with, I think this is the original look that we had for this Crimson Dynamo, so you can see that right there with the eyes like that. So that's pretty cool, and I really love this helmet sculpt. I love the black over this burgundy color. That very nice color, by the way. I think they just nailed it. I don't know if it's not enough red, but to me it looks like it's enough. I like it. And then you also have blast effect right over here coming out of his face, and I just think this is awesome. I love that they included this. Very, very cool. I like these effects a lot. Now, I think the hand effects do mirror each other, don't they? They look like they're the same thing, just opposite side. Oh, no. They're not the exact same sculpt, actually. You can see this spiky right here is larger than this spiky right over there. So it's not the same exact thing, but they are very similar. You can see the energy blast coming out of his hands right over there. That looks very cool. They all have hinges on them. I've had a little bit of paint chipping, nothing as bad as the Captain America, and they all have the same hinge right over here on all of the hands. Looking at the Dimitri head sculpt on the body, I don't think it looks too bad. At first, I was actually really worried about the neck looking a little too long, but I like it. And if that does look bothersome to you, you can tilt it down. So I think that looks pretty good. And speaking of heads, I want to give you guys a heads up that Sentry and I are hosting another episode of Hella Sick Figs tonight on this YouTube channel. So I hope to see you guys there. We're going to be on from 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then seeing the helmeted head on here, it looks pretty good. Like sometimes it does sit just a little high, but when I tilt it downward, which, you know, is, I guess, I'm not trying to like soften the issue or anything. It does help some, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's not that terrible, but it still could have been just a little bit shorter at the neck over here. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. And I really love how the paint came out on this figure now. Just getting it out of the packaging, little minor scuffage blemish right over there. I mean, and when I say minor, I do mean minor stuff over here too. but for the most part, this metallic burgundy throughout on the figure just looks exceptionally awesome to me. I really love the staining of the black paint over it here too. You can see it here and there. I love this design. These big old gears just kind of remind me of an industrialized Soviet Russia. You know what I mean? It just has that look while still looking like an Iron Man in a way. You know, it's definitely supposed to be like Soviet Iron Man. And you can see some details right over here on the hips and the legs. This thing has a whole bunch of articulation. There is a back port for a stand. I know the DST stands will not hold its weight. I actually didn't get any stand to hold its weight. I wish I could have gotten him into some flying poses, but yeah, I wasn't able to really pull that off. He's fairly chunky. He's not like the Titanium Man, but still chunky. You can see some more of the black paint over here around the calves. We'll get into the articulation in just a second. You can see the pins, but it doesn't make it look super ugly or anything. Boots look pretty cool over here, and he has peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Before getting into the articulation, what do you think of the proportions from looking at it a little farther back over here? I don't know. I do feel like the head is a little bit big. I want to see the actual shoulders come out just a little bit more. Those are just nitpicks of mine I'm seeing right here. But you get a ball joint here at the head, and you get some great pivoting, and he can look up and look down, so that's pretty great. No butterfly joints, but you get shoulders that move outward. You can move them in this far, and they rotate all the way around right here. I like how that's all attached. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbow does not bend in that far at all. It does rotate at the elbow as well, and then wrist turns side to side and hinges up and down right here. You have a diaphragm joint. That's a weird pose, but diaphragm joint, diaphragm pivot, crunches forward a bit, back more so. You also get a waist cut that blends in nicely with the belt. I really like that. And then you have hips right here that will move outwards. You can almost do the splits, and he can kick forward, not quite at the 90-degree mark and not back much. Upper thigh cut, and then you have a single jointed knee that doesn't meet the 90-degree mark, rotates at the knee, and then the ankles will rotate side to side. You can get the ankles to move down or the foot to move down and up, and you have beautiful ankle pivot. And I will mention, not a whole ton of looseness going on, but you can see a little bit of wiggly waggly at the hips right over there as I do this, right? Just a little bit. Now to measure out this Marvel Select Crimson Dynamo, you can see that he is standing pretty tall, a bit over 8 inches. And then here's Crimson Dynamo next to the Marvel Select Silver Centurion Iron Man, and we have the Marvel Select Titanium Man. And this is definitely, I think, by far the best Marvel Select Iron Man ever made. I like the height difference between these two. Just going by my memory off the top of my head, I remember him just being a little bit taller than Iron Man, not a huge Goliath like this version of Titanium Man or anything. I think the height right here for this figure looks pretty good. I'm not super familiar with the character, so if you know if this is too short or too tall, let me know in the comment section below, but I think that looks just right. Here's Crimson Dynamo next to the recently released Captain America figure, and oh my god, I mean, I know I reviewed it, I sang its praises, but damn it, I love this figure so much. I had so much fun having him fight Crimson Dynamo over here, which did happen in the books, so very fun for me to do. I actually had more fun with Cap fighting against him than the Silver Centurion Iron Man, mostly, I guess, because it's a new figure, but yeah, really good Cap figure. They should do an Ironmonger, right? Like, Diamond Select should totally make an Ironmonger. I'm sure they would crush it. And then for your Crimson Dynamo comparison, we have some Marvel Legends over here. We have the Build-A-Figure Crimson Dynamo, and then we have the Iron Man 3-Wave Crimson Dynamo from, whoa, way back when. But yeah, I mean, the height difference between these two doesn't match. Of course, I'm sure if Diamond Select made this version of Crimson Dynamo, it would be a lot larger. Probably up to there or something, right? And then here's the Dmitry Bukharin Crimson Dynamo next to some other Winter Guard figures from Marvel Legends. We have the Ursa Major Build-A-Figure, we have Dark Star, and we have Red Guardian or Vanguard. I don't really remember, but I know this isn't the suit that he actually wears. Is it? I found this issue of Hulk Winter Guard 0, right? So is that right? Is he fine? I don't really know. Let me know in the comment section below if you do. But regardless, I think these kind of fit into scale together pretty well. I don't know. Looks kind of cool, right? Mm-hmm. And then I had to compare him to a Marvel Legends Iron Man figure. Just going to use the 80 years Iron Man over here. And I don't think they scale perfectly together, but you could still make this work if you wanted to, I think. Maybe. Kind of. And then here's Crimson Dynamo next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh, whoa. Hey, so in Mother Russia, you do not wear a suit, but suit wears you. Did I get that right? Huh? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to show some love to the channel by hitting that like button. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. And if you've done those things, well, go ahead and leave a comment down below. It all helps the channel grow, and I certainly do appreciate you guys watching as well. And big thanks again to Diamond Select Toys for sending out this early sample to review for you guys. I'm very grateful for it. This is something that I really wanted. I'm very happy to have it. You know, it looks great. I really love the design. I really like this figure a lot. I think it's very cool. I have just minor gripes about it. Like, the gripes aren't really huge. I think just the proportion stuff, maybe getting, you know, more range of movement with the articulation, but, you know, hardcore articulation is not Marvel Select's MO. You know, that's more for Marvel Legends. I get that, but, you know, I still long for it. I can't help myself. I want better elbows and knees, but I think this guy is very satisfying. I am really happy with it. I think most fans are going to be excited to have this figure. I really dig it a lot, and the cost, man, I don't know how Diamond's doing it. I talked to the team over there when I was in New York, and it's something they are very conscious of. Like, they really do think about it a lot. It's not a thing that just happens by accident, you know, but again, you know, it's the prices are still going up, but at $30, oh man, I'm gonna give this Crimson Dynamo a Sun rating of
I love it!
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face,